Welcome to Talks with Don, episode 21. Music can be weaponized or harmonized. As always, we want to start off with some libations for the ancestors. This is for the ones whose voices were heard, who stepped up to the call. This is for the ones who, due to oppression, voices were not heard but wanted to step up to the call. This is also for the ones who fought to be recognized in honor of Memorial Day, those who fought in that war around that time. Ashe. As always, we're going to start off with the song from yours truly, Donna Issa, entitled The Process. There goes that water, sixes on level. You was attracted to ice on the key to the door is that life's about. This is a tale about angels and devils. When you got the gift, what's a lotus to petals? God say protected, is potent, is special. They come for the gift, try to run with the gift. Inherently, you must be one with the gift. You cannot take this encoded through time. Perfection of craft must be molded like iron. Here you go, son, just hold it, it's mine. To siphon from chosen is spiritual crime. Infinity stones and songs I came to collect. Sunshine is bright, but rain is so wet. To hear the calling, I had to be alone. The casualty of wrongs, the rarity of stones. Flawless, diamonds, sapphires, rubies. Sometimes it feels like a duty. Missing the signal can become spooky. Never know the hour to be bestowed with the power. If you through the fire, come out cleaner than a shower. 720's the time that I picked up the day past this test, get the crown. You gonna be great, don't be late. I won't be late. You were talking to someone that owns the stage. This message inside is for you. Discover myself. I had to be myself as a youth. Protect what I had to call on recruits. Too many soldiers to fit in a coop. If you were never on, I can't you hear your calling? Dark night of the salvages of people's hands falling. The gift that we discuss, you can't touch it or see it. You must be careful of energy leeches. Learn to discern the finicky species, the ones that get it, get it. If you hit a still, motherfucker, just beat it. Welcome to the episode. Music can be weaponized or harmonized. First, I want to start off with an intro for people of hue. Melanated beings. People with high concentrations of melanin, aka people of color. We respond and react to drums and the rhythm of drums. The drum gets us in rhythm and in sync with the rhythm of nature, i.e., sun, water, everything that we need to survive. Those that don't look like us, they react to the strings of guitars, and those things are in tune with the moon. This is a short history lesson on music. With us reacting to drums and bass, whatever speech or rhyme pattern that are applied will be more inept to listen to whatever is being said. So we have to be careful what we put out over music with high bass and a lot of drums. Also, music tuned at a certain frequency opens your subconscious to be able to be programmed. This is why rap music is tuned and created at 440 hertz, because 440 hertz is a frequency that produces nervousness, anxiousness, and aggressiveness. Melanated people, pay attention to how you feel when certain music enters into your ears, aka your subconscious, and what you do and how you react to it. So 440 is not in tune with nature. Music used to be tuned at 432 hertz or 442 hertz. These are healing frequencies. That moves me to the next topic of healing frequencies. If you've ever taken a music course or if you've ever been in a band, you're familiar with I forgot what they call it, but it goes do, re, mi, la, sol, la, ti, do. These are certain frequencies that certain instruments can be tuned to. So for those who want to do your own research, these healing frequencies I'm going to introduce to you are called Solfeggio frequencies. The first one is UT or UT, 396 hertz. This transforms grief to joy, guilt to forgiveness. Re, 417 hertz, clears negativity and removes subconscious blockages. Mi, 528 hertz, stimulates love, restores and repairs DNA. Fa, 639 hertz, strengthens family, relationships, and community. Sol, 741 hertz, cleanses your body of all toxins. La, 852 hertz, it awakens intuition and helps to restore balance. A lot of people are in tune with these things. This is for people that are in the deeper esoteric knowledge and those that really want to be more harmonic with their bodies and the resonance within inside their bodies. There are things called sound baths or sound healing where people heal with cymbals, bells, and sound bowls, which creates a certain frequency to remove certain things from your body and cleanse your space. for those who don't have access to the tools at the moment, there are apps on your phone called frequency generators. And these frequency generators app on your phone, you can program these certain Solfeggio frequencies to do what they're supposed to do and tune your body into the healing that you need to continue to grow. So, once again, the Solfeggio frequencies. Solfeggio, for those that want to Google and learn more about it, it's spelled Solfeggio. Solfeggio frequencies. For those who want to type it in and learn more about it. So, I'm going to go into R&B music, love, and healing, and why R&B music was taken out of the mainstream for melanated individuals, because regardless of if we knew it or not, it was being used as a healing frequency for us. Think about the music from the 70s, some of the music from the 80s, a lot of the music from the 90s that was popular. Think about music from the 50s and 60s. What did melanated people sing about? Melanated people sung about loving each other, protecting each other, caring for each other. So in tune, that put out a certain frequency of we're programming our subconscious that this is the most important thing. So when the soul singers would go on stage, and this still happens to this day, but in the opposite way, a lot of people that are performing on stage are putting out a negative frequency and pulling in more negative frequency, but they're using it to charge themselves up instead of using it to heal the crowd. So back in the day, when R&B singers would perform on stage, they would put out a certain frequency when they would record the music. So when they would record the music and the music is getting into them, and whatever vibration they recorded that music on, they put it out into the crowd at a show, and the crowd is getting in a frequency of loving, healing. So in turn, this is a mutual energy exchange. The artist, the band, the instruments are all giving out a healing, loving frequency. The crowd, they're receiving the music and they're singing. So what is this doing? Giving out a loving and healing frequency in exchange to the artist, but it's also raising the vibration of the collective, of the conscious collective around the earth. We go to the 90s, one of the greatest eras for hip hop music and R&B music. So the 90s was one of the last decades that we saw great R&B music being in the mainstream. So pay attention to what you feel when you listen to R&B music. Think about that saying, and this is very scientific. Think about the saying, I don't want the love if it doesn't feel like 90s R&B. Melanated people, we're tied to the earth. We're tied to different dimensions. So there are divine feminine energies that assisted us in making music. Some people knew, some people didn't in the 90s. Give a shout out to Mother Ninti. Niti. Whoo. If you pick up what I'm putting down, put two and two together. Free Dr. York. So, in the 90s, this great power was harnessed into the music, but once the powers that were saw that it was actually healing the collective of melanated people, they had plans to take it out of the mainstream and weaponize music and put music that in the mainstream that incited aggressiveness. So when you're listening to R&B music in the 90s or from the 90s with the significant other melanated people, pay attention to how calm you are. Pay attention to what mood it puts you in. It opens you up to want to love on your female. The female, it opens her up to want to love on the male, creating a union, a divine union in the right hands that can be healing and that could be used in the form of creation. So I'm going to give a remedy. We all know that what's promoted to us today is degradation of women in rap music, aggressive hyper-masculinity in rap music. So some of the remedies are naturally music that speaks to healing, wisdom, and passing knowledge. These are the principles that hip-hop was actually built on, passing knowledge and wisdom through the music. So we have to pay attention to what kind of music we listen to. So if you're a creator, someone that makes music, always check your energy when you go in the studio. Always check the energies around the studio, because once it gets put onto the storage, that energetic signature is out there for eternity. So you always want to pay attention to the music that you're listening to. So we want to listen to music and pay attention to music that speaks to our core of building ourselves up, healing, eliminating toxicity, passing on knowledge, and walking in divine purpose and loving. I know that's not in the mainstream, but there are artists that you can go to find these things. And one thing, when we listen to the music, don't just listen to it for stimulation. Listen for deeper knowledge. And if you can find somebody to learn from, apply that knowledge to your life. Because knowledge only works when it's applied inward, not just listening for stimulation. Thank you for listening. Like, share, subscribe. Ashe, love, healing. Thank you.